Hello, my name's Christy. You may hear the sound machine in the background. I just realized that was on. Anyway, this is my bedroom, and I'm trying to angle everything so you can't see how messy my bedroom is. So my name is Christy. I am a stay-at-home mom to a 4.5-year-old and an almost 2-year-old. I am 44 years old. These children were very wanted, but were miracle babies. We didn't think we could have kids, and then we had our son, and then a couple of years later, the girl showed up. So they're so much fun, but I'm exhausted all the time. I am starting to homeschool the 4.5-year-old, doing some preschool / a little bit of kindergarten work, just whenever we feel like it. But he's doing really well. I live in Texas, as you can probably tell from my accent. I have lived here my whole life, with a short stint in college when I lived in Arkansas. So, we live somewhat near Dallas. My husband drives into Dallas for work a couple of times a week. But otherwise, we live outside of Dallas in this town. Used to be the country. I grew up in the country, and my husband grew up in the city. This is kind of the country, but it's also an area that is exploding with people. So it's not going to be the country for much longer. So I'm going to be looking over here at my notes so that I can make some sense out of instead of just rambling. So years, decade plus, almost 2 decades. I don't know if it's that long ago. I was on YouTube for a completely different reason. Different channel, completely different channel. YouTube was very new. Like I said, I'm 44, so. Anyway, YouTube was very new, and so I was on it. And I had a relatively successful channel. Nothing like what a successful channel is today. But anyway. So I have gotten into reading this year, and I have read a lot of books. And so I thought maybe I should make a YouTube channel, because I've been watching people's YouTube channels, and they've been helping me to find some new ideas and books. So I thought, well, maybe I should make one too. So we're gonna attempt this and see what happens. I was never much of a reader. I am a very slow reader. My mind wanders when I'm reading. I feel like I'm wasting my time most of the time. And my mind, like I said, my mind wanders, and I can't keep track, and I don't know what's happening in the book, and then I get frustrated and I put it down and I never pick it up again. Back when I was in college, there was a summer where I really got into reading, but I was also a kid who had nothing going on in my life other than college, And I always liked audiobooks. So like I used to drive a long ways for school every day, and it was like at least an hour to an hour and a half in the car every day. So I would listen. I'd go to the library and I'd get some books on tape and I would listen to those. And so I really like that, but I haven't been into it in a long time. So last year I got an Audible subscription and didn't use it for several months, and then finally started using it. My husband and I kind of shared it. And so then I found Libby, and now I'm kind of thinking about canceling my Audible. But I do really like the Audible because they have Audible exclusives. They also I'm in a book club, so if I need the book and it's too long of a wait through Libby, then I can just go on Audible and get it. So I pretty much exclusively listen to audiobooks now because I don't have time. Like I said, I have 2 little kids. I enjoy crocheting, so I do that a lot. I have 2 clean the house a lot, so do dishes, so why not? You know, it's hard for me to just sit down and read, being a mom who still has to get up in the middle of the night to address children being scared or losing a pacifier or something. I'm tired. If I sit down and start reading, I'm gonna fall asleep. So anyway, so in the past I've made book goals to read 10 to 12 books a year. I have never ever made that. This year, at the end of last year, I had read a bunch of books. And so I was like, well, I think I read like 15 or something like that. Maybe not that many. And I was like, you know what? Let's challenge myself. And so I found the 52 book club. And they put out an annual book reading challenge of 52 books. So one for every week. And then, but there's a prompt, so you have to follow whatever the classification of that book is. I have completed that with the exception of one book, which is an author debut in the second half of the year, which I have several books that fit that category. I'm just waiting for one of them to come available through Libby right now. So once that's done, I've got the 52 books. But my actual read for this year, I finished book 96 yesterday. I'm going to start book 97 today. So I guess I'm a reader now. But audiobooks, and that's a completely valid form of reading, so it counts. Sorry, I keep looking at myself in the camera instead of at the camera. So I don't really exactly know what my tastes are. I know what I do like, but I don't know if that, you know, every book in that genre doesn't necessarily fit my likes. So a friend of mine, she's recommended books to me, and to her dismay, I have not liked a lot of them. And I had very strong opinions on them. So she told me, she was like, I don't know what your tastes are either. She's like, but I think you have just a very eclectic taste, but very strong opinions of what you do and do not like. And that is very true. So having said that, a few things that I have been learning this year about myself is I do not like romantasy at all. Every single romantasy book that's been recommended to me this year, I have not liked. A Court of Thorns and Roses, ACOTAR, what people call it. No, definitely not my thing. She also, my friend recommended The Caraval. I read the first 2 of the 3 series, and I liked parts of it. I liked ideas of it, but no. So, I know I don't like romantasy. I don't like romance, really. I cannot stand most YA. Don't like it. Having said that, I did read a book called Major Pettigrew's Last Stand this past year, and it was such a sweet romance book. I mean, it's just sweet. And the Guernsey Potato Peel, and that's a lovely book. And I call those cozy romance, I guess. There's not a lot of sex scenes or whatever. I mean, like, that's not my bag. Oh, thank you. I do love mysteries. I like some fantasy. So, like, Lord of the Rings, the Narnia series, Harry Potter, Neil Gaiman stuff. Like, I've enjoyed those things. So, I like magic and I don't know, I guess I like high fantasy or something. I don't know. And, like, do you count, I mean, like, I guess, I don't know. Paranormal and fantasy can kind of overlap a little bit, I think, and I'm not sure how I feel about paranormal. I like ghosts and stuff. I like some paranormal stuff, if I know that's what I'm getting when I'm going into the book. But I'm not a Twilight fan or anything like that, so I don't know. Again, it's the romance. Ugh. So like I said, I do like mysteries. I like some fantasy. I like sci-fi a lot. I enjoy nonfiction, history, politics, memoirs and biographies, that kind of stuff. I enjoy historical fiction. I really like that. Thrillers are kind of, to me, I don't know. I've read some that I've enjoyed and some that I've absolutely not liked at all. So just to give you an idea, for this year, for 2024, here are some of my favorite books. I have more, but I'm just gonna list the ones that just really hit me hard. I think the Midnight Library by Matt Haig was probably the first book of the year that like really kicked me in the gut. And I know a lot of people do not like it, and I get it. I understand why you wouldn't like it. But I think I've dealt with a lot of stuff in my history of, well, what if I had made this different decision here? And that book just kind of reminded me to just appreciate the life I have. This is the life that my decisions have made, and it's a good life. So that one really touched me. A Gentleman in Moscow by Amor Towles. So good. The Guernsey Literary Potato Pill Pie Society by Marianne Shaffer. Beautiful, lovely story. Anne of Green Gables, again, classic, beautiful story. The Book Thief. Oh, that book was not what I thought I was getting into, and oh my gosh, so good. Project Hail Mary. Amazing. My husband and I read that together, and it was great. 84 Charing Crossroad. Beautiful, classic, lovely. The Women by Kristin and Henna. That was an incredibly difficult book to read, and I tore through it in 2 days because I didn't want to cry for a third day. The Diamond Eye by Quinn. Amazing. Anxious People by Fredrik Backman. That is a book that I think I may read every year for a while, because it's like therapy in the story. The Henna Artist by, I think the name is Alka Joshi, I think is the way it's pronounced. I'm not 100% sure, so sorry if I have mispronounced it, but The Henna Artist. It's the first book in the Jaipur trilogy, and I am excited to read the rest of them because that one, amazing. One I just finished is a nonfiction called Ghosted, an American Story. It's by Nancy French. She's a ghostwriter, but this is her first book that she has written as her book. Yeah. Very good book. So some series that I'm into right now that I'm reading several series right now, but these are the ones that I'm just like most excited about. So the Murderbot Diaries by Martha Wells. My husband and I are reading those together. So good. The Shady Hollow by Juneau Black. I was shocked by how much I liked that book, and I can't wait to read more. The Thursday Murder Club and the Marlowe Murder Club mysteries. Those two series, my sister and my mom and I are all reading them together, and we love them. The Anne of Green Gables series, I read the first one this past year because my sister was like, you gotta read it. We watched the movies when we were kids and loved them, but I had never read the book, and it's a series of books, so I'm excited to read more of those. Maisie Dobbs is a series that I started last year, and I really like it. I mentioned the Jaipur trilogy. I'm excited to read more on that. The Number One Ladies Detective Agency by Alexander McCall Smith. I've read the first book. Again, I was shocked at how much I liked that book. It was so good. And there's a TV series I would like to watch. Actually, a lot of these have TV series or movie adaptations. But I want to read more of those. And there's a ton of those Lady Detective Agency books, so I wonder if they're all going to be as good, but we'll see. So those are the the series that I'm most excited about. So then my favorite authors right now, Tolkien. He'll always be a favorite. Ones that are kind of new to me this year, but I'm really, really enjoying their writing. Adrian Tchaikovsky. I've read 2 of his books so far. I really like his writing style. I'm excited to read more by him. David Grann, he wrote Killers of the Flower Moon, The Wager, and Lost City of Z. I think he's written some more, but those 3 I have read, and I really like his investigative reporting style. I like that. Jacqueline Winspear, she's writing the Maisie Dobbs series that I've been reading, and I really like that. Agatha Christie, I didn't put her on this list, but she's a classic, and I love her. Richard Osman is writing the Thursday Murder Club books, and Robert Thorogood is writing the Marlowe Murder Club, and I'm loving those. So those are ones I've really been interested in or enjoying. There's a couple of others that I've been enjoying their writing. Like, I've read maybe 1 book by them, and I hesitate to say that they're ones that I think are going to go on my list, but like Andy Weir, I really, really think I'm going to put him down as a favorite author down the road. Kristin, Hanna, Kate Quinn, I think both of those will be favorite authors soon. So anyway, a couple other books that I've read this year that I've really enjoyed was Sipsworth by Simon Van Boy. Others that I haven't mentioned, Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood. That was so good. I've read Making It So by Patrick Stewart. We're big Star Trek fans in this household. Star Trek, Star Wars, Doctor Who, you name it. So I've enjoyed those. So anyway, that's a little bit about me. My camera just told me I need more lighting, so I hope this turns out okay. I also do not know much about editing, so this might be just a very interesting first video. But if I make more, I think I may try to make some review videos on some of these books that I've read, and then maybe some recommendations and some list videos. So we'll see. I have 2 children that are always needing my attention. My mom just happens to be over watching the boy today, and the girl is asleep for her nap. So I had a few moments. I was like, I have a little bit of makeup on. My hair is combed and washed, so why not make a video? So any of you moms out there, and you can probably understand my life right now. So yeah. It is lovely to meet you, and I hope I can keep up with this.